If you're a competitive junior golfer or the parent of a competitive junior golfer with aspirations to play college golf, one of the first things that you have to understand is the NCAA recruiting calendar and the important dates that come with it. If you're new here, my name is Matt Luther. I've been a PGA professional for 15 years. I spent 12 of those years as a Division I college golf coach, and now I help juniors and their parents navigate the recruiting process. Today, I'm going to give an overview of the NCAA recruiting calendar and the important dates that you need to know as an aspiring junior golfer, and that will help guide you on what you should be doing and when you should be doing it to give yourself the best chance to find your best fit for a college golf experience. We're going to talk today about the Division I rules. They're a little different in Division II and Division III, but if you're compliant with Division I rules, you're generally also compliant with Division II and Division III. They're generally a little bit more lax. That's just something to keep in mind based on the level at which you're trying to play. The first big date is June 15th, following your sophomore year of high school. So June 15th of the summer between your sophomore and junior years of high school, this is the first date that college golf coaches are allowed to contact potential student athletes. What that means is up until June 15th of following your sophomore year, so basically during your sophomore year of high school, coaches can't email you back, they can't call you, they can't text you, they aren't allowed to communicate with you. If you're a freshman or a sophomore in high school, you should be getting organized in your recruiting, you should be contacting coaches, you should be sending emails to college golf coaches, but they're not going to be able to respond to you. That's not something you should take personally. That's the rules. What they will do is show up and watch you play. And there's a tiny loophole where they're allowed to send you general university correspondence, stuff from the registrar's office. That's their way. That's their two ways of kind of expressing interest in you, is showing up to watch you play and having the university send you general stuff. The next big date is August 1st, going into your junior year of high school. This is when you're allowed to start taking campus visits. This is when you can take official visits. You can really start making unofficial visits. And this is your opportunity to really get on campus, get to know programs, get a feel for university culture and university life. And do you really like it there? That's really where you should be spending your time, your junior year of high school. It's also during this period that coaches can start to make verbal offers to players. I used to make verbal offers as a college golf coach, and I would always tell players, hey, this is a verbal offer and it's worth the paper it's written on. It's going to be as good as my word is. Generally in golf, verbal offers are rock solid. You don't see a lot of offers getting pulled like you do in other sports. But again, these are verbal offers. They're not written offers, and nothing is signed. So when you see a player on Instagram that's a junior, that they're committed to such and such university, just keep in mind that's a verbal offer and that's a verbal commitment. The next two dates that are important in the recruiting calendar are August 1st, going into your senior year of high school, and then the early signing period, which happens generally the second week in November. It's a 4-day window, generally scheduled the second week in November. So beginning August 1st, going into your senior year is when universities are allowed to put letters of intent and offers and grant and aid agreements in writing and give them to players. So this sort of solidifies the verbal commitment, but again, they're not official until they're signed during the signing period in November. So what this means for you as a junior golfer is understand where you are in the recruiting calendar or on the recruiting timeline. If you're in your freshman or sophomore year, you should be starting to think about what programs might be a good fit for you. Start to think about where you want to go and look at your budget and things like that. You should also be reaching out to coaches. You should be emailing them. They won't email you back. That's okay. That's part of the rules. But you want to be getting yourself on their radar so that when June 15th rolls around, you can begin communicating with them and begin to build that relationship. If you're a junior, this is when you should really be trying to build relationships with coaches and start to get a feel for whether or not you'd be a good fit for a specific university or they'd be a good fit for you. And this is a two-way street. Coaches are doing exactly the same thing. They're trying to get to know you as well as they can so they can make the best decision for their program, just like you are. And then if you're in your senior year of high school, you should be looking at written offers and starting to look at the reality of what's your best offer and what's your best fit and where you want to sign in November, and start to make the best decision that you can for your college golf career. If you feel like you might be a little bit behind this recruiting timeline, that's not the end of the world. That's not as big a deal as it might feel like it is. I really try to recommend to student athletes, potential student athletes, junior golfers, to really be patient. Particularly right now, we're in the era of a lot of uncertainty with NCAA rules, and the transfer portal is still a new thing. And a lot of coaches are still figuring out how that fits into their recruiting timeline. So there's a lot of things that are starting to happen late in recruiting. And it's really kind of an era right now where patience can be your best friend. And there really is no being behind in the recruiting process. If you'd like to know more about any of this, follow us on all of our social platforms at Swing Direction Golf. Check us out at swingdirectiongolf.com. Or shoot me an email, or reach out to us on any of our platforms. We'll be happy to help point you in the right direction.